they're the goblins. I was telling you about my little boys, Finn and Sean. And Finn is now a teenager. And something happens to the switch in brain when boys become teenagers. Not so much girls, but boys. Like one minute they love you, you're my hero, Dad. And the next minute, I'm not your son! Who the hell are you? Coming into my room, breathing. Everything I do annoys Finn. If I'm standing there, he doesn't like how I'm standing. If I breathe, why do I have to breathe through my nose? Could I not wear a plastic bag over my head? But one time I thought I was breaking through. And I thought this is the moment that my son finally will tell me. He's going to tell me. Because I haven't heard it for 4 years and it's starting to hurt me. Every night I say, you know that moment when you put your kid to bed and he's a little kid and you say, good night, son, love you. And he says, love you, Dad. And you go away, cheery, you're walking into bed. And then one night, you say, good night, son, love you. He says, whatever. And that's it, that's the end. No more love from the teenager. He hates you now. He'll come back around when he's about 19 or 20. But those 4 or 5 years, it's very painful for a father and a mother. And all he will take from you is money and shelter and food. That's it. So we're on a plane, and this is a true story. It's really upsetting. I'm going to tell it because it's terrible. So we're on a plane from Tenerife, we're in holidays in Tenerife, and we're coming back to Ireland. And we get on the plane, and we're up towards the front. And suddenly, I get hit by some kind of lightning virus. And within 5 seconds, all the blood drains from my face, I throw up into the bag, and they carry me up to the bathroom around for about half an hour, and then they bring me back and give me oxygen and lift up the other secret. So I'm lying there thinking, oh my God, what's happening? I'm going to die. And Finn is watching a movie with them, you know, and John, they're all watching a movie. And then I have to go again. They carry me up, like 2 stewardesses. That's even more embarrassing, stewardesses. Carry me up, put me in. I'm there, they bring me back again. And by this time, I've lost about 2 stone. I'm pale, and I'm lying there with the oxygen. And Jackie's going, my wife, oh, is he going to be okay? Is he going to be okay? And Finn, suddenly, I look over, and Finn is upset. And he's looking at me. He looks over, he gets up, he says, I need to speak to Daddy. And the stewardess says, no, you can't speak to him, because it could be contagious, and we don't want you getting sick. He said, I need to speak to my daddy, my father. And I'm thinking, this is the moment. After 4 years, I'm going to hear that he loves me, and don't go, Daddy. It would be nearly worth dying. Just he's going to tell me now, here it comes, here. So I said, even though I'm really sick, that's how badly your dad wants to hear those words. And so I said, let him through. And he came in, and he was almost in tears, and I realized something was really upsetting. He said, Daddy. I said, yes, Finn, yes, what do you want to tell me? He said, Daddy, my headphones are not working. I'm still waiting, obviously, for those little words. And my other son, Sean, he's based on, Finn is based on Beck, a crazy guy, you know, and then Sean is Miles. Miles is really cool and really clever. And the thing is, with Sean, you have to, with smart kids, they will always find a way around. You have to be so specific in your instructions. If I'm leaving Sean somewhere, I can't just say stay there. I have to say stand on this black tile with both your feet inside the tile. Do not leave the tile until I return. And then he has all that. Okay, so I'm not to leave this tile. So yes, you're not to leave the tile. So what if I'm standing on this tile and an axe murderer comes in and tries to hack a little kitten to death? Should I move from the tile then? Or would you like the cat to get murdered because that's the kind of guy you are? And I say, well, if an axe murderer comes in, feel free to throw yourself onto the axe. What if the cistern in the attic bursts and the water level starts to rise? It's likely to stay under the tile and drown. So that, you know, you have to be very specific with Sean. So one day, he goes through these phases of being obsessed with things. You see how clever he is now. And first he loved dinosaurs like a lot of little boys. Then he loved volcanoes. He was obsessed with volcanoes. He would crawl on the building. And then he loved trumpets. I don't know where that came from, but he loved trumpets. And I thought this is a good one. Trumpets are good. He might actually become a musician, which would be fantastic. And so I brought him to see Christmas Mass with a full orchestra in a church. And the guy was playing this trumpet and was shining and brass, and he had a big solo, and Sean was mesmerised by the trumpet. And after the Mass, I said, I know the trumpet player, Sean. Would you like to go up and say hello? He said, yeah, let's go. So I brought him up, and he's like the rats after the Pied Piper handle. This trumpet. And I said to my friend Thomas, I said, Thomas, can you show Sean the trumpet? So he held it down and said, hey, Sean, you can look at it, but I can't let you touch it because it was £9,000. It's really expensive. And Sean looked at it, and he could see his own face in it, and he was hypnotised. And then Thomas put it down on a red towel, a velvet towel, on the altar, on the floor. And he said, no, Sean, please don't pick that up. And I said, no, look at me, don't pick up the trumpet. And he was like, as if I would. What are you talking about? And I turned around, and I could see his shadow moving. I said, John, do not pick up the trumpet. And he said, okay. And then, as I talked to my friend Thomas, I hear from behind me. And I whipped around, and there's Sean lying on the ground. In his mouth with the trumpet. And he said, what? I said, I told you not. He said, I didn't pick up the trumpet. I thought you'd be proud of me. So that was really clever for a 7-year-old to do that. So it was then I learned I would have to watch him, or he would be running the house within 6 months. So he was a very clever little boy. Now, Artemis Fowl himself, I had 3 little brothers that are problems. Artemis Fowl himself is based on my older brother, Paul, who was a very smart guy and always a little bit mischievous. And he would always, even at a young age, he had criminal tendencies. And we learned this one year when we went, when we got these. My granddad was a sailor on the Merchant Navy. He went around the world, mostly out of Liverpool, I think. And he used to bring us home stuff. And when one Christmas, he brought home 2 really brilliant cowboy outfits. And little, the guns with the corks in them. And we were delighted. We dressed up in our little cowboy outfits. And my dad said, you know what would be hilarious? It would be hilarious if you guys dressed up, got your guns, and we went down to your Uncle George's shop. We burst in the door and said, hey, this is a stick-up. That would be funny. I don't know why my dad thought that would be funny. My Uncle George, as far as I remember, was very nervous and he had a shotgun. So maybe there were too many mouths to feed, I don't know. Anyway, but we think it's fantastic. So we get our stuff on, we pretend we're on horses, we go down to Uncle George's shop, we wait, there's no one in there, and then we kick him in the door and say, hands up, shopkeeper, this is a stick-up! And then we shoot the 2, corks and they're on string, so they just pop down. And goes, oh, this is terrible, it's a stick-up, what am I going to do? I better I better get some lollipops here. And he put a lollipop in each of our guns. And I thought, this is amazing. I've got a lollipop. But Paul was disgusted. He actually thought we were going to clean out the shop. And take all of it. So he flung it on the floor, and he spat on it, and he walked off. It was disgusting. And he was fumed all week. And I looked at my dad and said, Dad, can we rob the store again? And Dad said, well, I suppose you don't really understand the nature of comedy, son. The first time it was funny, the second time it was not so funny. Don't overdo it. But okay. So we dressed up again, and we went down, and we kicked him and go, oh, Uncle Georgie, this is a stick-up. Give us all your money. And Uncle Georgie, oh, it's a stick-up again. Not so funny, but still a little bit funny. We're like, the lollipop's now, Robert, you. And Paul said, shut your face, Baldy, and give us the cash.